Hello, London Players Guild and surrounding areas, I guess. My name is Peter. I am your guild master today, and I am joined by our one-handed army, Scott Sedman.
Hello, Peter.
Scott, you're being strangled by some weird animal.
It's my bumblebee thing.
As I said,
Keeps
you
me
are
safe.
being strangled.
I prefer to see it as hug love
I
around my
see.
neck.
I see. Sure. Whatever lets you sleep at night, I guess.
That apparently. Um,
So today we are at the final episode of Giant Force Graded. Rawr. Or something.
yeah. Well, Peter, what is graded?
Graded is where we hate ourselves, so we decide to go card by card through every single card of a new set and then decide how good the cards really are.
By assigning a grade between F to S.
Yes, we go between F to S. We decide this objectively, very objectively.
Super objective. Definitely no subjectivity in there at
Yeah, well,
all.
it's subjectively decided based on the design, a theme, how it feels altogether. And today we are doing the last episode of this series. So we
Mhm.
are not only we're going to be looking at Giant Force rares, but we are not going to be looking at the cards just as those cards. We are going to add those cards to everything we know about the set, and we will give a final mark for the set, how good we feel the set is going to be. And the design of a set being a draft box might have something to do with the grade that it will get. Or it
Maybe.
might not.
Exactly. We'll see when we get to it.
Exactly.
So, without further ado, people
Shall
and
we
Peter,
start? Oh, thank you.
let's reveal the first giant force card we're talking about.
So before we reveal them, it's a shout out to Evan.
Evan
Evan?
Glover.
There we go. A person who revealed all of the Giant Force rares over the last few days.
Yep, over on Facebook. Shout out to Bandai for letting him do that. Shout out to
Yep.
him for doing it. He's a true
Um,
legend. Hashtag EvanU7 is the hashtag he'd want us to say, I'm assuming.
I don't know. Maybe.
Eh, Peter doesn't know, but I do.
Okay. We start with Kink Piccolo Giant Force. It's a unison, red unison. Specified cost of 3. 19,000 power, because why not?
Mm-hmm.
Critical dual attack, which
Mm-hmm.
is scary.
Yeah, just on a free drop, yeah.
But it doesn't have any plus skills.
Okay.
-2, activate both activate main. -2, choose up to one of your red leader cards, and it gets plus 5,000 power until the start of your next turn. So it's essentially like
Ah,
old red Frieza leader who
that's interesting.
senses
That's an
himself.
interesting little effect there.
Yeah. And -4, pay 4 red energy and X. If your leader card is red, deal X damage to your opponent.
Peter,
Pay 12 to win
why
the game.
do I deal 10 damage to my opponent?
Why 10?
What? Because X is 10 in Roman numerals.
You do know we're
that is
going
not
to
what
have
X...
you know we're going to have someone do that, right?
Well, I've done it now, so I created the joke. I'm the funny one. No, but seriously, this is such a cool thing.
I mean, it
I
reminds me a
love...
lot about Waste the Judge of Gods, pay 12 to win the game.
Yeah.
And it's a scary card.
Oh, it is for sure. But I don't see that effect coming off anytime
I don't
in this current
know,
meta.
because you need to play the card first, and then your opponent needs to not take any markers from this.
And you need 4 red energy, and then the additional energy to burn your opponent.
I think
Like,
that's easy enough, because usually you would want to burn them for 1 or 2. Because you have
yes,
tons of other burn effects, right? It's as we said in the last video, you can burn down your opponent down to 2 life, but no further.
and this would be the
Yeah.
end game of that. Yeah.
Turn 5, you play this for 4, and or even for 5, and turn 6, you burn your opponent for 2.
You're getting up there in the turns, and that's...
Yeah, the
I don't know,
turn
it's
6
cool.
is not happening.
It's really cool, and I like that this exists.
I would like it to exist, but since objection got banned, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Although in draft, this might actually be
Yeah, in draft it
really
can be a
good.
win condition. Maybe not
It's
all the way,
also,
not all the way to 8, but I think
I
it would
also,
be
Peter,
possible
I
to.
also really like this in Bulma
Yeah. Oh yeah, you'd have a
because
lot of blockers, right?
a lot of blockers, it can boost Bulma back up,
Yeah.
and it's a critical dual attack. That I think a lot of people just focus in on that X effect. The critical dual attack on on a 19k on a
Yeah.
free cost card is insane. Like it's really good.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see that. I
because you're
still
gonna attack
no.
twice with it.
Let's be honest. The cool effect here is being able to burn your opponent.
Oh yeah, that's the talking point. But I'm just saying the rest of the card's quite good in and of
Yeah,
itself. Like, but I think the only deck that might have a chance of even pulling this off right now is
it's
Bulma.
Bulma. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Uh,
Then we go Piccolo Junior Giant Force.
which actually looks bigger, but you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Specified cost of 1,
oh,
9,000 power. Auto, once per turn, when your opponent adds a card from their life to their hand or drop area,
love
add
it.
a marker to this
I
card.
love this effect so much. This is
So,
great. It's just any damage.
yeah.
Like if they do it themselves, yeah, sure, cool. I'll add a marker.
Yeah, if they self-awakening, you get markers. Or if you deal damage to them, you get a marker.
Yeah, it's great.
+1, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets -5k power for the turn. I think Kula would like that.
I think this is a great card for Cooler.
And -6, if your leader card is red, choose up to 2 mono red battle cards with different card names, energy cost 3 or less, and 19,000 power or less in your deck or hand. Play them, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, this card.
Yeah, you can pull
Thank
some
God
scary
it
stuff.
says mono red. Like, if this was allowed to be multicolored, oh my God.
But
But yeah, Fearless Pan.
even on mono red, Fearless Pan.
Yeah, this might be what Fearless Pan needs to come back, honestly,
Mm.
because it can come from the deck.
And
It's gonna boost up your board.
this card can get 3 markers on the go around.
Yeah,
+1 and then deal damage, and then your opponent takes damage during their turn. That's just assuming.
yeah, that's 2 there. Then yeah, so 3. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's quite doable.
but again, I think it would need to be a deck like Bulma, something that can protect the Unison.
Yeah. Oh, then again, yeah.
Yeah, it would need to be.
It would need to be protected, but I also think this is a great bit. Like, because this -6 is strong. I wonder, like, I've like in my head, I'm like, you could kind of mess with people here. You could start building this up and force them to attack into it,
Yeah,
and never have any intention of using that -6.
I think you would always have some intention to use it,
Oh, I
but
mean,
you
you
would
have
never.
cards you could play from it,
Yeah, but you would not
but
build your deck around that, right?
no. I'm not that insane. Although,
Yeah, I wanted to say.
I mean, I probably would do it for an event, but yeah, I like it. I think I like it in theory.
I think it's quite cool.
And as you said, this could be really neat and cooler. Like it's a one-off, and I'm just gonna make you mill. Sure.
Yeah, milling every single turn just for that one card. It's it's going to add up, but then you can play some fancy cards with this, like the Frieza chains, for example,
Yeah.
that can upgrade into Frieza 5-drop.
Yeah.
So
I think there's a lot of neat things you can do with
you
it.
can do. The most important thing here is you don't spend energy to play those free drops. Because it's -6, you just play the free drops. 2 free drops.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you still have your energy to work with. If
Yeah.
you manage
Yeah.
to resolve this.
Yeah. It gives you a lot to do. I think this card's really cool.
Then we
Worst case
go.
scenario. Sorry, no, I was gonna say worst case scenario. Play it on turn 3.
Yeah. Now we go into blue. Sorry, we're going to be jumping a bit. And we have GRADED's Giant Force. It's a specified cost of 3. Blocker, 19,000 power. Auto, once per turn, when this card activates its blocker skill, switch it to active mode.
Not broken at all.
I mean, double block, it's fine. Activate
alright, innit?
main, draw one card, and at the end of the turn, switch this card to active mode. So you can attack, draw a card, all nice. Again, it doesn't gain markers.
Nope.
Choose up to one of your opponent's battle card, -2. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, return it to its owner's hand. Then at the end of the turn, switch up to one of your blue energy to active mode.
This card's going to be nuts in Reboot Soul Striker.
Yeah, it's going to switch a lot of energy back to active. I still think that +0 is a bit stronger. Gives you an attack and then double block.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I can see that, you know.
Although I think the Soul Striker Reborn lets you untap Unison
At
as
the
well.
end of the turn, so you can get an additional attack out of it.
No, because he switches at the end of the turn into active mode. So, you don't...
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Ah, never mind then.
Yeah, I don't think you can get additional attack out of that.
Still, it's a nice little funky.
I think it's a
combo.
strong enough Unison. Very defensive. Helps build card advantage a bit as well. Milnemba would like it. Baby would like it.
Ooh, Milnemba would really like it.
Yeah, because it's draw a card, right?
Yeah.
And then you can bounce something your opponent has and untap one of your energy.
The ability to block 2 attacks them.
Yeah,
Man,
so it's essentially
and then you're forcing your opponent to be like, okay, you've blocked my attack. Okay, if I combo, I can take a marker off it. But it's like, yeah, I don't really care if you take markers off me.
Yeah. Next one is your one. It's Bardock Giant Force.
2 drop. Well, 2 specified blue. That's still. I still need to get used to saying that. 2 specified blue Unison. +1. Activate main. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck. Add up to 1 blue Bardock's crew card among them to your hand. Shuffle your deck. -2. When your opponent attacks, negate the attack. I love that we have. I feel like this is our first truly tribal Unison card.
Yes. What I don't love about this is the second skill.
The negating attack just to -2. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's not once per turn, Peter.
Yeah. It's also a negate on Unison.
Yeah, it's when your opponent attacks. Yeah.
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 It is once per turn because it's a Unison skill, okay? So you can only do it once per turn. Because all the units plus minus
Oh,
skills
right, yeah, I'm with you. But
yeah, but
if I have 1 marker on it, will it still work?
No, you cannot.
No,
You
right, okay, that's fine. I'm just checking.
But we were talking earlier about making a Milnem by using the Bardock's crew because they have some really good defensive stuff.
This would be perfect for it.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't. It's not leader locked.
Exactly. Imagine you just drop it for 4 energy. You will get 3 negates out of that. First, you drop it for 4, +1, you're at 5. Then you negate the attack, you're down to 3. Second turn, you +1 again, you're at 4. You negate the attack, you're down to 2.
That's a beautiful thing about this card.
Yeah.
You plus in your turn, you minus in your opponent's turn.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is. It is a scary card. And for 2 blue?
Yeah. And if they don't attack you, you don't even need to negate, right? You can just build up markers. You just need to be careful with your markers. You just need to keep on building them up because the Bardock's crew has a lot of blockers. Like that Tora blocker, for example.
Yeah, you can be baiting your opponent and while constantly getting advantage, and seeing everything you need. Exactly. Oh, I need my Tora this turn? Okay, look at the top 5. Oh, there's my Tora.
Yeah. And that Tora also has Aegis, which for Milnemba would be amazing.
Yep. It's like, oh yeah, come at me with your Mize and your Borgoses. I don't need that. I've got Tora with Aegis.
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone who looked at the blue Unisons was like, Raditz is good, and the Bardock is just very meh. But I'm like, Bardock is scary.
I like Bardock.
Especially
that's because I like Bardock.
You don't need to be playing Bardock's crew to +1 him.
No, because it's look up to top in it. Yeah.
It's add up to 1.
Look up to and add up to, so it's like, yeah, just 2-0.
I mean, I just want to reshuffle my deck.
Yeah, that too.
And then I just keep on building the negates.
That might be really handy for Invoker.
It's a really scary card. That's all I'm saying. Because it can use both of its skills in one go around.
Yeah. I think that's the true value of it. Is like my turn, I plus. Your
Yeah.
turn, I minus.
They balance it well enough. It's +1, -2. But if you have enough blockers, you don't need to negate every single turn.
No. That and if you've got a car, if you got other copies to put underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair point. Fair point. Really strong card.
Yeah.
And anything running Bardock's crew should be running it.
Oh god, yes.
And our
Next
final blue
one.
card.
We're not in blue anymore.
Oh, we're not a blue. We're not doing King Vegeta.
As I said, they're totally randomly uploaded.
They're in
here.
random. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Bio Broly, Giant Force.
Oh, he looks so sad. Look at him.
He looks so
He's got a little
cute.
smile. He's got heart emotes in his eyes.
Come on, he looks so
Oh.
cute.
Our group just exploded when this card came
Yes.
out. It was just like, oh my god.
You just play him because he's a Bio Broly.
Exactly. I was saying I'm just gonna put this in a deck just to troll with people, but it's actually quite good. So it's a Bio Broly Giant Force. It's a one specified green. Also, choose one card in your hand, discard it. If this card is placed in its owner's drop area from a unison area during your opponent's turn, so if you kill it during your turn, play it from the drop area with a marker on it, and you can't play copies of it for the turn. Okay, so that's fine. It's balanced. Before we just quickly move on to its effects, Android has already broken this card.
Has he?
Yeah, the one drop Dodoria.
Oh damn.
Because it works. Because you'll resolve his effect, and you also auto pending goes in for Dodoria. You resolve Bio Broly fully, then you now have a green unison on the field, and because you discarded it for this, now it fulfills and you can play the Dodoria.
Yeah, because you discard on activation of the scale, not on pending. Yeah.
So that's
Damn
a
it,
neat little
Android
combo.
broking another card.
So that's a neat little combo there for you. So this is actually quite viable for Frieza.
Oh yeah,
And then
I
obviously-
knew it's viable for Frieza because it also has the +1.
That's true. The +1 activate min is you may choose one card in your hand and discard it. If you do draw a card, again,
This is essentially what the Frieza does. The starter deck Frieza does. But in form of a 1-drop.
it's so good. It's so good. And then -4, activate main, choose two cards in your opponent's hand, discard them. Then this card gets +16 K power and dual attack. I mean, -4 just to get rid of two of your opponent's cards.
Yeah,
That's so good.
And then you have 25k dual attack.
Yeah.
Which can... I think you would mostly use it to hit into unisons, right?
I would, yeah. I wouldn't let my opponent lose two cards and then refill those two cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but yeah, this card's ace. I love it. I absolutely adore it, Peter.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
a very good reason
No,
it's
wait,
9K.
Frieza gives it critical.
Does it?
Well, yeah, Frieza on the Awakened side, you sack one of your Frieza army cards and give your unison critical.
God, that's even. Oh
Because
no, that's
you
devastating.
give Bardock triple attack, and then with Frieza you give it critical.
You critical, yeah. Oh my god, so this time you give it a 25. Oh my god.
So you rip two cards from your opponent's hand and 25k dual attack critical. Actually, this is good in Frieza. This is the
really-
promised Frieza support.
Ah, we got it in the draft box. We did it. Ah, we did it. That's what happens when you complain, Peter. You get it in a draft box.
Damn.
Seriously, though, guys, I love this card so
No,
much.
I love this card. The card is amazing. I love the design of this card.
It just is, man. Like everything about this card just.
It is
so
a
good.
Bio Broly. It feels like Bio Broly, right? When it
Yeah.
dies, it comes back. It's just there for you. It doesn't do a lot until it gets all together, and then it can start punching.
Because this is one that, like, if you sleep on this, this is gonna hurt you.
Yeah. Oh,
You have
definitely.
to. You have to pay attention to this card.
But the problem is that you need to kill it twice in one turn.
Exactly.
And if they dormant potential you, then you sad.
Yeah, because if you got this out, dormant potential works, and you're just like, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop. No, what are you doing? And obviously, you got Frieza that you can play into if your opponent plays something. Oh, here's a
Yeah.
Frieza. Like,
And
I love
all of that available from turn 1.
exactly. This is so good. This is so good.
I think Frieza would really like this, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure someone else will find other decks, but yeah, the immediate go-to is Frieza
Yeah.
for this.
Next one is Kink Vegeta Giant Force.
Ah, okay, going down. There it is. I've got it up.
So a 2-drop blue, 15k. +1, activate main. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with cost 4 or less and bounce it.
It's
Eh.
fine.
-3, activate main. Blue and X. If your leader card is blue, choose one. Draw X cards or choose up to X of your opponent's battle cards and place them. Oh, you spin them to the bottom. Okay.
Just draw X, man.
Yeah, draw X.
Draw X.
Someone explain to me why we don't have Exodia in this game yet.
We really should at this point.
Yeah, we should. Like, with the amount of discard that exists in the game, Exodia would not be oppressive, because they would be discarding cards from your hand.
Yeah.
Eh.
I love this card. I think this is great. Draw or spin.
I think it's fine.
Draw or spin.
The spin to the bottom might be the more important one, though.
Especially if you're going against a wide board. Against Vegex, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you can do it as soon as 10. Free?
Yeah. The next one is Hirudegan, the Giant Force. He's a 1-drop.
I love the artwork. He looks so happy to be breaking through the card. Ah! I did it, Mom! I did it!
Specified cost of 1, green, 15k. Permanent, this card cannot attack if it has 3 or fewer markers on it, so it needs to have 4 markers at least. That's
hefty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Auto, choose one card in your hand and discard it. When your opponent combos, place up to one card in their combo area in its owner's drop area, then negate the skill for the turn. That's
so good.
So that's very similar to Bardock's.
Yes.
Yeah. And then +2, choose one card in your... Yeah. +2, choose one card in your hand and discard
it. Good.
And +1, choose up to one of your hero or phantom demon cards and KO it. Okay,
also really
so
good.
You can KO your own stuff. I think that is going to come more often than you discarding, unless you want to trigger Ribrian's, Master Roshi,
I think this fourth discard effect is definitely something for future.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, right? It also works with Frieza.
It also works with Frieza, yeah, and also
oh wait, don't the new Hirudegan card work with Green Leader?
Yes. Oh no. I think that's a build you should look into, actually.
I think I might.
That could be quite fun. Green or Demon Clan.
Yeah.
Demon.
Phantom Demon.
Phantom Demon. There we go. I had Demon in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Frieza got 2 new unisons that are 1-drops that are good.
Yeah. Yeah, he really did.
Oh,
it's nice to see that leader come back.
I'm not buying into it, but I might build some decks.
Yeah.
Then we go into Lord Slug Giant Force, which we have seen on spoilers.
Yeah, so we'll quickly go over it. 2 red, critical. I mean, to be fair, 15k for 2 red for a 15k crit, quite all right.
There was a card like that.
Was it?
Trunks, yes, because it was played in Pan. 2 specified rage.
Oh my god, yeah, the one where it's like that. Yeah. Oh my god, I legit forgot about that card.
Chain attack.
Oh, been a long time since I've seen that card.
Yeah.
Activate main. You may choose one card in your hand and discard it. If you do, choose it to one of your opponent's barrier battle cards and ignoring barrier and -10k. I really like that for early game. And then
yeah,
auto.
that's a very good removal.
Yeah, and
but
then
you
auto
you need to discard some. Oh no! Oh yeah, you need to discard something for that effect.
Yeah, auto. -4. If your leader card is red, when your opponent activates, counts the skill. Deal 1 damage to them.
Burn, baby.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Combine that with the triple attack critical Goku.
Please don't.
Yes.
I might build Burn just to build Burn. I like Burn, in a way.
I can make a deck called Disco Inferno because burn, baby, burn.
Oh god. Next one is Cell.
Giant Force. Look at me, I'm ugly.
Specified cost of 3. 20k power. +1. You may choose one of your battle cards and place it in its owner's drop area. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So 1 for 1, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you choose Android, right?
Uh,
17.
there is that. There is also Zarbon.
That's all. Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
You bring him back from the drop area. You remove him. If your opponent has 5 cards in hand, they need to discard.
Yeah. Yeah.
+0. If your leader card is green, choose up to one of your opponent's unison cards and remove a marker from it.
We've already established that.
-3. Pay for green and X. If your leader card is green, choose up to X cards in your opponent's hand and discard them. This is scary.
This is great for blue-green.
Yeah, I guess.
I genuinely think I really want to mess with Android 21 and do this.
Oh yeah, because that's the ramping deck, isn't it?
Yeah, ramp and then rip my opponent's hand and then just burn them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, ripping your
I like it. I think that's cool.
Scary. Because the amount of so, if you pay 6 energy for this skill, it becomes essentially 3 rebrands. Anything more, it just becomes a discounted rebrand.
I think this is a great alternative to rebrand.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, now I'm doing that math wrong. Because rebrand is 2 for 2. This would be 6 for 3. So it would be half the rebrand.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Still cool.
It's still cool because it's repeatable, right?
Oh yeah.
Every 3 turns you can do that.
And then 20k, you've got to go in on him. Like...
Yeah. He's really hard to hit because it's a 20k.
Yeah.
Then we go into my favorite new unison. That has been spoiled today.
Ooh.
Purunga Giant Force.
Yeah, take us through this one. You're super hype on this.
I love this card.
For good reason.
I mean, I was a big fan of the Wish Leaders, and I was a big fan of all the Shenron cards. Even the Super Shenron card.
We did talk about Super Shenron here.
I mean, come on, I did very well in Commander game with it.
You did good. I'll give you it.
Shenron Tribal for the win. I didn't win, but yeah. So, it's a specified cost of 1 yellow, 15k power. This card cannot attack, flat out, because no Shenron can attack.
It's just there like, hey guys, I'm on the battle. I'm in my unison.
I'm
area.
helping.
Hey,
I'm helping. Activate main. Once per turn, add a marker to this card. It's fair enough. -1. You either draw a card or choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. It can't be switched to active until the start of your next turn, which is alright. It's alright. -3. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, negate its skills for the turn, and KO it. So, in the worst case scenario, you can use this card to permanently lock one of your opponent's battle cards.
Yep.
It's just that. Because it can't be switched to active mode in any way. Skills, no skills. It just, no, you stay down. And the -3 is just, yeah, I don't like your card. Bye. Now yellow needs something that puts counters on, or rather markers on unisons.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, you could drop it turn 2, activate is activate main, and then activate is -3.
Yeah, because those are separate skills. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's got power. It's got power behind him. It's nice to see.
And also it negates the skills of the card that it's KOing, so it can get rid of Gotenks without giving them materials back to hand.
Oh, that's ooh.
Yeah, there's lots of things like that.
This would not be a terrible side option. It's only 1 yellow.
Yeah, he's only 1 yellow, exactly. If you splashing yellow even.
Yeah, definitely. Something to ponder with him.
Yeah. Then we go Metacooler Core Giant Force.
I apparently don't know where legs are. I thought he had 3 arms.
He's kicking through at the moment.
He's not grabbing, as I keep thinking.
No, because he usually grabs, right? He usually has that grabbing motion.
This time it's all like, I'm gonna kick your face more. So yeah, Metacooler Core, Giant Force, 2 yellow. Activate main once per turn. Choose up to one of your Metacooler tokens or yellow Metacooler cards. And it gains blocker until the end of your next turn. All right, that's fine. That's good. I like it. +1. Activate main. Play one Meta Cooler token in rest mode. Have we got cards for them yet? We don't. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. I'm quite sure
Yes,
we
we
do.
do. Because we got them from the green one. So we do have them.
Uh,
Activate main, -4. Pay 3. Play X. If your leader card is yellow, choose up to X of your opponent's cards, switch into rest mode. I like it.
I don't think it's that strong.
Really? Cards.
Yeah, but you also need to pay 3 on top of that X.
That is true. I'll give you that, yeah. But I feel like you could make a really. I feel like we're almost in a position where there could be a really nasty rest deck.
Yes, but I think that 3 on top of X is what makes this skill bad.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's
Because not
fair
only you
critique of
need
it.
to -4, you also need to pay 3 energy. So you can't even rest 1-for-1 energy.
No.
Which I don't find that good.
Fair. Fair enough.
That's all
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Have we got one more? Or oh, is that it?
There
Oh,
is
we've got
one
Bergamo.
more. There is one more.
There is
Bergamo.
Bergamo.
Yes.
Run us through Bergamo, Peter, because it's broken.
Bergamo Giant Force, 1 yellow, 5k power. Oh boy. Permanent. This card gets plus 3k power for each marker on it. Auto. Once per turn, when your opponent attacks this card, add a marker to this card. So you play this card, and it's automatically 8k. You activate its +0, activate main, add a marker. So essentially +1, do nothing.
Yep.
-2, you play up to 1 skillless battle card or Universe 9 card with energy cost of 2 or less from your deck in rest mode, then shuffle your deck. So, turn 1, if your opponent decides to attack this, it's 11k. 11? No, 14. Because you play it, 5k with 1 marker, 8k, you add a marker, 11k, they attack it, it becomes 14k. So they need to combo to actually remove the marker that you just got. So it just drops to 11k. The card is scary, because you keep on getting markers, and the more they attack it, the bigger it gets. It only gets additional marker once per turn. But then, you keep on dropping Shapils from your deck, Seadras that have skills that let you rest one of your opponent's cards and then neg something by 20k. It just becomes scary. Like, if you don't have your Distraction Angels yet, the Seadra...
I was going to say, this card can get your Destruction Angel out.
Yeah, that's Seadra. If you haven't gotten them yet, those are the Warplant Distraction Rares. The Warplant Distraction Angels. Angels and Destroyers, something like that.
Destroyer and Angel Rares.
Yeah. If you don't have those yet, you might want to pick them up, because they're going to be absolutely amazing with this. And any deck that can play yellow will play Bergamo, because Bergamo is just that strong.
Yeah.
If you do nothing, he grows out of proportion. If you try to kill it, it grows out of proportion faster.
Yeah.
Especially if they can stop the attack.
Yeah, because it only has to be the target of an attack, right?
Yes, if you block, the auto will still go in. Or rather, you resolve this auto first, and then you resolve the blocker. And it's just... yeah, I just draw cards.
I just keep drawing.
And then you just, when you decide he's big enough. The thing is that he gets that power drink either player's turn. He's just enormous at that point.
I like him. For 1 yellow, it is a bit silly.
Yeah. For 1 yellow, he's... as I said, on turn 1, he's 11k.
Yeah.
Turn 2, if they attack it, he's like 14 and goes back to 11. Sure, but you combo the card from hand, so your advantage from leader is nowhere to be found.
Exactly.
And if you don't do anything, he just keeps on getting markers. Every turn he gets 3k. It's only 3k at the beginning, but then you find another Bergamo, you put it underneath. So suddenly, turn 2, he can go all the way up to 17k. And when he hits 20k, he becomes a problem.
Oh, as soon as this guy gets past 20k.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can get him to 20k early enough, he will become a problem to remove. And then every turn or every other turn, you can just play a card from your deck for free. While having all your energy inactive, you can play Seadra, then pay 2, rest this, kill this, pay 2, rest this, kill this. Because Seadra is not once per turn with his skill.
Nope.
So as long as you have energy, I think a yellow-red deck with this, with Universe 9, or just playing your Chapils from the deck, or things like that, he's just scary.
That's the thing. All you have to do is just get, like, you just have to have him in your deck, right? Like, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think a red-yellow arrival deck around this is...
Yeah, it's going to be scary, because after you're done with your die, you can... It comes in rest, okay, that's fine. But if it's going to survive, which most likely it is, then when you're going to be done with it, you just attack with this, combo your Da and Arrival. Or keep that for defensive options, if they don't play anything to be removed. And you just keep on punching them more and more and more and more.
This card becomes insanely scary when yellow starts adding markers to cards.
Yes, if we're going to get something like that, yeah, this card is going to be scary. But even if you get one skill in the game that gives a marker to it, that essentially skips you a turn ahead. And this card just becomes a monster.
So seriously, look out for Bergamo.
Yes. I think Bergamo will be, in Surgical style of a deck, is going to be scary. If Surgical did not receive the nerf it did, it would just be playing this Bergamo as a unison of choice. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that wraps up all of our Giant Force rares.
Yeah, that's all 12 of them. And now we go for the difficult decision. What do you think about the product?
Ooh.
As a whole?
Ooh.
So bear in mind, the ratios that we know of is, I think 6 SRs and 3 giant rares per box.
Yes.
So that's the ratios we know.
Which is actually currently better than the set.
I mean, yeah, the last draft box had the same ratios, right?
Yeah, but it's currently better than the main sets.
Yeah, because you get like 6 SRs?
And
that's that?
1 of one, 5 of the other.
Oh, wow. I have not opened the new set at all, so...
Yeah, the new set's weird, so hopefully they don't do that in this draft box. If they do, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got to give it an A. I think that's where I land. I think I land on an A.
I think I would give it an A if it wasn't the ratios.
That's fair. If there was less SRs or something.
Yeah, the thing is that a lot of those cards I want to play around with, and I come across the same wall as last two. There's just not that many out in circulation. Because people didn't order. For one reason or another. The cards are strong as with every draft box.
Yeah.
But draft boxes are more expensive than regular boxes.
That's true.
And there is less of them. It just feels... I'm actually going to dock for the design of the product at some points here.
Okay, that's fair.
I think it's bad that it's a draft box, but it's good as far as draft boxes go. I think
like if you were to actually draft this box, it would be hella fun.
But I would still feel sorry for anyone who wants to build Hirudegan or Burn or Bardock's Crew or things like that.
Yeah.
Because you need to find a playset of at least 2 SRs. Which puts you at 16 boxes.
Yeah.
Mathematically speaking, it's 16 boxes.
Yeah, because you opened 4, you got 1 of each.
Yeah. I opened 4, which is a case, or rather a display box, and I got 1 of each SR and 1 of each star. Yeah. And it feels like it's going to be the same here.
I really hope it is the same, because if it's not, this is going to be pandemic.
I mean, which is the issue here, right? If you want to build a deck and you want to open the packs, because you want to support the game, you will end up buying 16 of those boxes, and they're not cheap. Majority of people do not buy a case.
No.
Like, I remember times, Set 1 came out. I bought 2 boxes. I had full set. By trading and things like that.
Yeah.
But 2 boxes gave me enough value to have a full set. Set 2, okay, it was a bit worse because I needed to get secret.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine. I got the secret, and I think that was 3 boxes total. Set 3 was fine as well. I opened 3 boxes. I had majority of the cards, and then tons of spares. And then suddenly, we found ourselves in this situation where more and more stuff is they're increasing the amount of SRs, but not increasing the amount of drops.
Yeah.
I remember times where I could buy a case with a friend and split it in the middle, and we each got roughly a playset of each card.
Yeah, and then you fast forward to Vermilion Bloodline. I opened a case. I can't reveal the results because the series is still going on the channel. But
no, I mean that was set 6. I did that with Azim. Set 7, I did the same thing with Azim. We didn't open the playset of every card.
Huh?
I was like, this is not fair.
Yeah.
No, because it's not. Because it suddenly requires someone to spend 700 quid.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to do, right?
No, not all. So where do you land, Peter?
I land on B- because it's a draft box. If it was not a draft box, it would be a good A.
Okay,
if I was just looking at the design of the cards, not the whole product, it would be an A. But because it's a draft box, it's going to be a B-, and that's very... I'm really close to just going at the C and just staying at that. Just because it makes it difficult for players to obtain cards. And that's not the point of the game. People want to play the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So making it difficult for players to play the game, I don't think is the point of this.
Thankfully.
This is the last draft box we're going to see.
At least for a long time.
At least for now.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I'm generally not... I understand where the draft boxes come from.
Yeah, same.
If the draft boxes were not tournament legal, I would love those. Because I love drafting. For people who don't know, I absolutely love limited formats. I love drafting. I love sealed. I love all sorts of this type of gameplay where you need to work with limited pool of cards and make the best out of it that you have. But because they make them tournament legal, it's not worth drafting them. Because before you, especially now in the current world climate, before you can get a group of people to draft them, the value of those cards is going to go so way down that, and people are going to keep on wanting to sell them. Like, no one, I think, at the moment can afford to let the value drop from the product they have.
No.
If they're not going to keep the cards for themselves, they want to sell it when it has value. Because let's be honest, when I'm going to draft, I'm not going to keep the cards. I'm going to sell the cards.
Yeah.
So I want to draft it as soon as possible, but I can't build a group. That's my only issue with the draft box. They're not affordable for drafting. They're essentially another booster box that's more expensive.
That's exactly what they've become, unfortunately.
Yes.
But so you're on the B end, I'm on the A end. I am more forgiving of draft boxes because it's me. I'm optimistic as fuck. To a fault, some would say.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're still working with me, so.
Overall, I know, right? You haven't broken me yet. Peter. I'm not a cynical bastard just yet. Soon, I could crack.
We're going to do a few more of those.
Again, and you're like, Scott, I've got some Yu-Gi-Oh for you to edit. That I might change.
I mean, we're going to have a few more of the graded done, and you're going to listen to me more being cynical and horrible than.
Yeah.
I will rub off on you.
Overall, I think it's a really good, like, yeah, you have to have the caveat of it's a draft box, which is such a shame because this set alone is actually quite cool.
I would love to love this set. I would love it to be priced like, I don't know, Clash of Face, the last theme boosters, which was, believe it or not, £65 a box.
Yeah, you want to know what happened? Like Americans apparently thought it sold really well. In the UK, it did not.
I £65 a box was for Clash of Fates.
Yeah,
I remember the time when the boxes were £60.
what a time! What a time! Yeah, I was gonna say we had loads of Clash left over. It did not sell well here.
uh, no, in UK it didn't. I
No.
think it's mostly because we were still in Storm meta, and there was no deck that could conquer Storm back then.
Yeah. That's a history lesson for another day.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know what you think of Giant Force. Let us know your overall grade. Obviously, do take into consideration it is a draft box, so there is the accessibility to the cards that you have to take into account. And what do you think of the Giant Force rares? They're really cool. They've picked a good bunch of characters, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, actually shocked
I
at some of them.
I do like that. I'm still sad that Raditz is not a Raditz support.
I know, right? They hard baited us, man. I was like, yep, we're gonna get Raditz. It's gonna be there, and it's like, nah, we're just giving you one card, and it's an ape,
And it's blue.
and it's blue.
Like
Yeah.
we need a Raditz reboot leader and Bojack reboot leader.
Well, if you go and watch the top 7 reboot leaders that need a leader card, well, there you go. It's on there. You should check it out. My terrible mic quality because I wasn't recording with my mic plugged in. That's how I do it. That's how I do it.
That's how we roll.
LPG technical difficulties.
Yeah. Even Blaine had yesterday technical difficulties on stream.
It's one of those things, Peter. It's one of those things. It's on brand for us.
Yeah,
Can't say.
it is too unbranded for us. So.
Yeah, so guys, Peter, even any final word?
Um, I want to draft this. I really want to draft this. I want to sit down and enjoy drafting this. That's my final words on this because set looks amazing. I know I won't be able to draft it, so I'll be stealing some commons and just building a cube of this. I'll be just stealing cards from people and building a cube. Maybe buy a couple of the high rarity cards.
Mm.
And I'll probably try to build a skillless cube.
Ooh.
So rather than have all the Hirudegan support, which you need to get specific cards for it to work together.
Skillless cube could be super fun.
Yeah, I would look into getting it skillless in the fairly good divide of colors, because you have a bit of skillless support in every color.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I'll probably be looking into getting it the skillless cube, and probably, I don't know, I would work out which leader would go with it, but yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That's the
cool.
idea, at least.
Guys, leave a like if you like this graded series. We're going to be back for the expansions, which Battle Advanced and Battle Enhanced, I believe they're called.
Yeah, one is for Vegeta. Is
Set
for
10, and one is for set 11.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
They're up soon. So
they're out soon. We should. I mean, to be fair, I feel
they're
like
out
for
a week after the draft box.
we have to see the cards this week. If not, I need to talk to Card Market. So yeah,
that's about that. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. That helps the channel an awful lot. If you enjoy the content, please leave a comment as well. Thank you guys, and see you around next time, which is not going to be tomorrow probably. We don't know.
I don't know. We got videos going up every day.
Bye. Play more games.